Hey folks, and welcome back to Mindustry. This is a totally out of time. I try to upload these every Wednesday, but this is totally out of time for what we're doing here. I noticed when I was going through my factories that there was a new one, which was a surge smelter, which is not something I experienced before. So I went through and took a look, and we have one right here. It's copper, silicon, lead, and titanium, and it produces surge alloy. And then when we pause this game and go through and take a look here, it gives us some new stuff. We have a surge wall, which if we go to the information, it provides structures for enemy projectiles. Periodically releasing electric arcs upon contact. I don't know what all that means, but we're going to research it. And then we also have a surge ally wall along with a something. We also have one new area here, which is called a meltdown. And if we take a look at that meltdown, it charges and fires a persistent laser beam at nearby enemies. Requires coolant to operate. So that's cool. But we have that. And then if we take a look over here, we have a hyper processor, which is better than a super processor. But it runs a sequence of logic instructions in a loop, can be used to control units and buildings. I don't understand what it means by buildings. If it controls, I don't know what that means. Faster than a logic processor. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of stuff there that's awesome and cool. And if we take a look down here, we have waited for this one. So we have that, and now we have a whole bunch of things available to us. So we're going to unlock Fortress, which then leads to something else, which apparently we have another Reconstructor. It says Exponential Reconstructor, which I'm assuming that's what that is. If you take a look, a Crozar, we have that. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Zenith, a Mega, a Bride, and then a Scythe. I don't know if that's the right word. But we have a whole bunch of stuff. So that tells me that we have and we have to capture overgrowth for that. If we take a look over around this area, there's not a whole lot there. So we need to get this bad boy. We just need 165 of these. Unfortunately, if you take a look, but even though we're clearly stacked all the way through all of this, surge alloy is very, very slow at production. It's inside of our production manufacturing area. If we take a look here, if we get all of those items in there, it outputs at 0.8 a second, so basically just under a second, or just over a second as production time, and it doesn't really have a way of being sped up. So that's interesting. And that's really as complicated as that gets. So I just want to take a moment to bring that up because I'm still in this world, still trying to figure out my spore press. Thank you for the help. And we'll figure out what's going on here. But before we get into whatever our next world is, whatever our next sector is, our hyper processor is 123 away from being completed, and our meltdown is I think it's 1.2k away from being completed, and then we have our large surge wall, which is 700 away from being completed. So we're roughly about 200 of our surge alloy away from, or 2,000, excuse me, of our surge alloy from being totally done with all the things that we can do in this particular sector. I just want to take a moment. Thank you for watching. Thank you for looking at this and all the comments. I really do honestly appreciate them because they help me learn the game. And yeah, I just want to give you a quick update because this is not worth a full version of the video, but I did want to acknowledge what was going on, unlike what I did before. Thanks so much. I'll see you in our next video.